there, sports fans. This is Playitright TV. Ako po si Quinito, Henson. We've got an explosive Happy New Year show for you. And we've got someone whom we want to hear from because this is his first time to guest on our show. And with me is our co-host, Dyan Castillejo.
Hi, everybody. Happy New Year to all the sports fans. Well, we're not going to wait any longer. Our guest is with us on screen. Welcome for the first time to Playitright TV, Coach Yeng, head coach of Rain or Shine. Hi, Coach. Long time no see. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
It's good. It's good to be with you. Start of the year, Sir Quinito and Dyan. Long time no see, Dyan.
Yeah.
Coach Yeng, you are a 7-time PBA championship coach. You've coached 3 independent teams to championships. That was Swift, that was Red Bull, and then Rain or Shine. The last independent team to win a championship in the PBA was with you, Rain or Shine, in 2015-2016 Commissioner's Cup. But before anything else, Coach Yeng, we want to be able to establish your location. Nasa Narita Airport si Coach Yeng Guiao, and he's giving us this wonderful opportunity to be with us and to share his thoughts with all of you, even if he's in the airport. Coach Yeng, ano nangyari? Nandiyan ka pa sa airport?
We were trying to return to Manila on January 1st to be with my mother. Actually, we promised her that start of the new year we would have dinner with her, but well, they had problems in the Philippines. Mid-flight, we had to turn back, so we had to go back to Haneda in Tokyo, and then we had to rebook our flight. So we had to wait for today, actually. So we stayed 2 nights in Tokyo before we could fly out. So we're trying to fly out right now. I'm in Narita Airport.
Wow, that must have been really different. Yung uwing-uwi na, and then you had to, I guess, offload your bags again, check back into the hotel, and wait. But anyway, this is part of the challenges.
Really stressful, actually.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, Coach, let's hope that the new year is going to be good for everyone. We wanted to look back at your team's performance last Commissioner's Cup. So you reached the quarterfinals, lost to the Bay Area Dragons. So since that game, give us an update on how you have regrouped, talked to the team, and your learnings and assessments of the team's performance in the last conference.
We're actually happy with our performance. It's an improvement, of the last team's performance. We could actually, I was still not with Rain or Shine that time. I was with NLEX last conference. So after 6 years, I returned to Rain or Shine, and from last conference, actually 2 or 3 conferences, they were not making the quarterfinals, but luckily we made quarterfinals this conference. So I look at it as an improvement, a step in the right direction, actually. We have a very young team. This team is very young with a lot of potential, so I'm really happy to be able to have a role in molding these young players and probably turn this team into a contender. We're hoping, and we're actually very positive that it can happen very soon. Actually, konting swerte lang.
Nice.
Coach Yeng, just looking at your roster and your performance and the stats of your team in the Commissioner's Cup, 8 players averaged at least 15 minutes. And that's a trademark of any Coach Yeng Guiao team. It's an equal distribution of minutes, equal opportunity system, and it works. It has worked and it continues to work. But as you mentioned, Coach Yeng, marami ka mga bagong player, mga medyo bata-bata pa sila, no? But Reynan Batak, Dyan Mamuyak, Andre Caracot, Anton Asistio, Dodong Santillan, but they have been blending well with your veterans like Bo Belga, Joey Ponferrada, Mark Borboran. How have you managed to get all these guys to work together? What are your words of wisdom to them?
I don't know if it's really words of wisdom, but even before I came in, these guys had good chemistry already. they're really good guys. You will not encounter any egos, no, with these guys. They like each other. Their chemistry, as I said, was originally good already. So we just had to enhance it a little bit. We had to modify some roles, but they adapted really well. As you said, Sir Quinito, what we're trying to do is try to distribute playing time, make it possible that everybody has a chance to show what they can contribute to the team. We try to go with a deep rotation, as deep as we can. I think that helps the team also in the long run, keeping them fresh, uh, avoiding injuries, and being able to develop players, no, all the way down the last guy in the bench. So as you said, uh, this has been working for me personally. With the three teams that you've said, were able to win championships during my tenure as coaches of those teams. So we're hoping we can repeat that again.
Coach Yeng, I just want to follow up. Nabanggit ko yung mga names ng players nyo, but I failed to mention Mike Nieto and Nick Demusis, Norbert Torres, Sean Ildefonso. Every time you call him to play, there's a roar from the crowd. And also Gabe Norwood. So those guys are certainly part of your rotation. Dyan, next question, please.
Well, so Coach, are you guys still on break? Kailan kayo magsisimula to start for the Governor's Cup? And is your import already here? Si Mike Wallace, is he already here? And how do you think he's going to gel with your team and your system?
Today is supposed to be our first day of practice, so I did not make it the first day of practice. So Coach Kaloy and Coach Mike took care of first day today. But tomorrow I'm hoping to be in practice already. Our import is Michael Qualls. He really performed well the last time he was here. Actually, it was their team, Northport, that eliminated us. They eliminated us when I was still with NLEX. And the game he played against us kind of made a mark in my mind. And I said, if he's available, that's one guy probably we can consider. And he was available.
Nice.
So we got in touch with him, and he said yes to our proposal. And I think tomorrow he'll be in the Philippines if nothing wrong happens to his flight also. So I'm hoping that everything is okay with his flight from the States tomorrow.
Coach Yeng, you mentioned that last game between Northport and NLEX made a statement in your mind and sort of reminded you about Michael Qualls. That went to triple overtime. What did you think about that game? That was really a thriller.
That was a classic. Probably one of the I'll speak for myself. One of the most memorable games, probably for myself. Triple overtime, semifinal slot on the line, and we had a good import. Actually, our import was Manny Harris, but whatever Manny Harris did, Michael Qualls equaled or maybe even bettered. So talagang hindi mo makakalimutan yung performance niya. And we got lucky, as I said, because he's available. But I think Michael Qualls provides a lot of the energy scoring options. He averaged around 32 points per game when he was playing here, 12 rebounds, and high motor, high energy guy. So baka kailangan namin ng ganun kasi kailangan talaga na ma-energize yung team namin, at we also need somebody who we can put the ball in his hands in crucial situations and be able to create scoring options, or for him to be able to make decisions, whether to score or to give up the pass. So a young team needs a guy like him. So we felt that he was the right fit for us.
Yeah, wow, your players must be so excited to start practice with him and to get into the next conference by such a high scorer. You mentioned earlier na parang konting adjustment na lang and you feel like your team can actually be in contention. Coach, you were the last coach uh, who coached an independent team to win a PBA conference, and for the next 6 years, it's been just the MVP group and the SMC franchises. So my question is, can an independent team still win the PBA conference, and what's it going to take?
I think the reason why Rain or Shine is still here is they're still hoping that can be repeated again. It can be done, but it's going to be very difficult. We all know the resources behind the MVP teams and the San Miguel teams. We all know there's uh, uh, advantages, that they have. So as an independent team, you're by yourself. You're on your own. It's very difficult, but I think it can be done, and we will try to do that, of course, as much as we can. But talent-wise, we are not the most talented team. We're not the most athletic, or we're not the tallest team.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't think that we can match up man to man, no, man to man against the top three, four, maybe five teams in the league. No? But we'll find other ways to win games. No? And one of the ways, as I said, is trying to get a good import who can fit your
Mm-hmm.
system, a good import who will make his teammates look good. No? And
Yes.
we feel that your best chance of really upsetting those teams is in the import conferences. Sa All Filipino kasi ang hirap kasi sa All Filipino pare-parehas. Ano no, sa All Filipino malaki na talaga yung talent discrepancy nung mga top teams na yun eh. So the best you
Mm-mm.
can hope for is maybe during the import conference, maybe your import can give you an advantage. No? So mahirap pero possible pa rin.
It's
Coach
good to
Yeng,
hear.
tell us about your feelings regarding the participation of a foreign guest team sa Commissioner's Cup. Yung Bay Area Dragons, nasa finals natin. Mukhang
Mm-mm.
magandang labanan nila against Barangay Ginebra. Is this good for the PBA? Is it something that you as a head coach will want repeated, to have another foreign guest team play in a future conference?
Yes, I think no. I'm open. I think it's good for the league. Uh, but again, at the same time, I feel that we have to make a reassessment. No? Ang tingin ko kasi yung Bay Area masyadong malakas na pumasok na right away malakas sila. No?
Mm-hmm.
So uh, maybe to be more fair to the other teams, we should be able to uh, reassess how we can make magdalawang import kunyari kung kasama sila kasi sa kanila dalawa din yung import nila although isa lang yung nagagamit but
Mm-mm.
at the same time it's so difficult to put together a team because PBA teams have to wait every year for the draft, and that is something which does not limit the foreign teams from doing. They can recruit anybody outside of the Philippines, which they were able to do. And then I don't know if they follow a salary cap. We follow a salary cap. I
Mm.
don't know what
That's right.
their requirements are for the field foreign. I mean the local foreign players. No, kasi sa atin very strict eh. Sa kanila ba ganun din ka strict. No, so I think wala akong problema with with foreign teams, but I think we should revisit those rules and be able to make it fairer for everybody. Masyado silang malakas eh.
Yeah. So I saw that you had said na in your game against the Bay Area Dragons, you had been preparing for Powell, but in the last minute ay nilagay nila si Nicholson, then nahirapan kayo. So in cases like that, like what kind of a what kind of a rule adjustment kaya can be done para ma-neutralize kasi sabi niyo nga like they're too strong to make it fairer kasi like for the local teams you were saying na if one of the imports gets ill or has to go through health protocols, you have to play all Filipino pero sila hindi. So paano kaya yung coach? Anong mga suggestion mo?
I think ano lang yon, no? It's simple. Whatever privilege you give to the foreign team, you should also give it to the local teams. Kung pinayagan natin sila, dalawang import nila, pwede nilang palit-palitin yung dalawang import and the both imports are here at the same time. Maybe we can also with the same privilege, no, or right to the local teams. Now, if there is a problem of budget, then that's your lookout. No, kung hindi mo ma-afford, wala kang magagawa, but at least it was available to you. No? Kasi alam din natin na sa resources, marami silang pera. No? So, in that aspect, again, maybe the salary cap has to come into play. No? Maybe the salary cap has to come into play. And then, I was suggesting na a simple solution to it was allow the local teams to play 2 imports. If the local teams are allowed to play 2 imports, maybe the gap would be smaller. And also, if the local teams cannot afford 2 imports, then at least it was available to them. Hindi nila masabi na hindi kami pinayagan. Pwede nila sabihin, well, we're on a budget, so we can only afford 1 import. So wala tayong sisihan. No? Wala tayong sisihan. But again, that will come down again to resources and salary cap. No? So we should be able to establish the rules now that we know the nuances and the intricacies of having a foreign team. The next time, ang tingin ko mas magagawa na ng paraan ng commissioner o ng PBA na mas parehas yung labanan. We cannot keep having a foreign team beat our teams by 30, 40, 50 points. No, every time they play. Of course, iba yung San Miguel, iba yung Token Tex, iba yung top teams. No, but if they play the lower half teams and our lower half teams lose by 30 or 40 points, that's an embarrassment for the league. No? So, dapat maiwasan natin yun.
Oh, Coach, talking about resources, okay? Yung mga foreign leagues with a lot of resources are luring local players abroad. Ang daming nawawalaan sa atin. Actually, ang tinatamaan more ang UAAP and NCAA rather than PBA. Although sa PBA, maraming mga rookie players na eligible na umiiwas na sa draft kasi pumupunta na sila sa labas. What is your comment about these foreign leagues attracting our local players and offering tremendous salaries, mga 1 million a month ang bigayan. So, I guess you cannot blame our players from taking these offers, Coach Yeng.
Yes, I think that's really just the law of supply and demand. No? I think further down into the future, we should be able to anticipate that these things are going to happen. No? There are only two things we can do. No? Either sasabayan natin yung salaries na binibigay nila overseas, or we just let it be and let them play overseas and just stick to what we can afford. So there's really just 2 ways to go about it. Yun lang naman magagawa natin, sir. And if we decide to compete with the salaries overseas, then maybe the PBA can talk about restructuring our salary caps. So I think that's the only way to do it. Otherwise, this thing is going to keep going on, and we will just keep losing players to overseas leagues.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, Coach Yeng, before we wind up this episode, I just want to ask you, Coach Yeng, my last question. Dyan will also have a last question about your thoughts on the coming FIBA World Cup. And you coached the Philippines in the last World Cup in 2019. What do you think are our hopes and our realistic expectations for the World Cup coming up?
So, sir, for the second part of our interview, I'm now back home in the Philippines from Narita Airport in Japan a while ago, and the next question I'd like to address is what are the chances in the World Cup, the coming World Cup that's going to be held here in the Philippines for Gilas Pilipinas? A lot of it is going to be dependent on our groupings. No, I'm really hoping that we get quote unquote a lighter group when we're able to know what the groupings are. But I'm confident. No, I'm pretty sure that we can do better than the last World Cup where I was the coach. No, that was in China in 2018. Primarily for several reasons. I think hosting the World Cup is really an advantage for Gilas Pilipinas. We'll be playing in front of our home crowd. Then I'm really hoping that I don't know if Jordan Clarkson can play or if it's going to be Justin Brownlee, who just got his naturalization done in Congress. So Kai Soto, I think, is going to be a big help. He's going to be the big man that we need. He's improved a lot from his stint in Australia and trying out for NBA teams. So malaking bagay si Kai. Then of course the regular PBA players, no, that I think are shoe-ins in Junmar, sina Japet. Well, I think sina Scotty Thompson, sina Pogoy. I think those guys can still help the national team. So I think this is going to be a stronger team when we host the World Cup. I'm just not really sure what place we can get. As I said, depende yan talaga doon sa groupings natin. But it's going to be a stronger team than the team I coached in 2018.
Okay, so Coach, your final thoughts on the ongoing finals between Ginebra and the Bay Area Dragons. How do you think it's going to go down?
Chances of Ginebra in these finals that they're playing against Bay Area Dragons. It's 1-1 right now. It's a crucial game on Wednesday. But I think Bay Area still has the edge because of their size, because I think they're deep, no, in all positions. And of course, they're well coached, but coaching-wise, I think Coach Tim Cone can match, no, whatever Coach Brian Gurjan can dish out. But it's really a strong team. No? This is a strong team. We played them, a lot of PBA, all the PBA teams have played them, and lahat naman sila agreed na I think lamang pa rin yung Bay Area, but it's really the fighting heart and it's really the tradition of Ginebra that can carry them through. No? Pero I'll still give a slight advantage to the Bay Area Dragons. Kung ma-surprise tayo ng Ginebra, I think that's really good news for all the PBA fans. Then the question of what about our local players being offered good money to play tournaments or leagues abroad, no? Especially Japan and Korea and in Taiwan. So I was saying before, there are two things really we can do about this. Una is to just let the law of supply and demand play out, no? That means if we cannot match the offers of the foreign leagues or the foreign teams, then we just have to let our local players go. We cannot hold them back. The other option is for the PBA to review the rules on salary cap and to make the adjustments and to make get these local players good offers, so that at least they'll think twice before going abroad. So I think those are really the only two ways we can go about it. Wala na ibang paraan eh. And it's going to be a problem of economics. Siyempre, the players will go to where the money is. No, that's understandable. No, that's their livelihood. So we just have to make them good offers. That's the other option. The trend is going to continue. We will most likely lose some more players to the foreign leagues. That's why the PBA has to make their move soon and decide which way to go. It's either to just let it be, as I said, let the law of supply and demand play out, or the PBA teams, the Board of Governors and the Commissioner get to agree, no, on whether we will raise the ante or make better offers to players coming out of college or even players with expiring contracts that are now playing in the PBA. So, yun lang, sir. No? Sir Quinito and Dyan, it's good to be with you. And I hope I can return as your guest in the future. No? And this is the second part. So we were talking earlier, I was in Japan, now I'm back home in Manila. And Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you for the invitation.
Okay.
Right. Well, always a pleasure to talk to Coach Yeng Guiao. He's, with his experience, and I love his positivity and just knowledge about the game. Looking forward to the future performances and results of Rain or Shine.
Well, we certainly are looking forward to that. Dyan and Coach Yeng always brings a certain magic, a certain flair to his coaching style. And he'll be certainly a fixture in the PBA for years to come. And as far as bringing Rain or Shine back to championship glory, I think that's possible. And
Yeah.
the guy who can do it is Coach Yeng Guiao. And it's so nice to have all of you viewers, all of you followers of Playitright TV with us throughout last year and hoping for this year as well.
Well, we hope that we're going to have another blast in 2023. We're going to be talking to so many of your favorite athletes. Send us your comments and suggestions. And please, if you haven't yet, like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Playitright TV. Quinito and I would highly appreciate it. And we look forward to having a very successful year for Philippine sports. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga atleta natin na kumakayod at nagtsatsaga para makapagbigay ng karangalan sa Pilipinas sa larangan ng sports. And please visit our sister company, Pahabol Gifts, Playitright.com. They have wonderful products for the sports and the fitness enthusiasts. Please check them out. It's a great way to start the year, get some new gear for your family, your friends. Playitright.com.
All right. Thanks very much. Playitright TV all the time for you guys. Quinito, Henson saying goodbye.
Dyan Castillejo, hanggang sa susunod. Bye. Happy New Year.